Hi everyone, Mr. Oliver here from the James Prendergast Library with another STEAM Concepts from our Makerspace video. And today we're going to be talking about one of our new library science kits, which is take home. It's a kit you can check out, you can take it home, and you can do different science projects and STEAM activities. And specifically this week, we are going to be talking about our Simple Machines lab. And within there, there's gonna be a lot of different things. There's some pulleys, there's some levers, there's some ramps, there's some weights, which may not mean anything to you yet. But once you start using this kit, you'll learn some new vocabulary and some really cool stuff. So this right here is, not sure what the official term is, but I like to call it a pulley block because it's a block and it's got these different pulley wheels on it. And then there's a couple of different weights that are in there. Both of these are 8-ounce weights. They're half a pound. And you can, if you check it out, you can borrow it and you can work out, lift some weights. And we'll also have, because all of our projects in here, this is, when you open the kit, you'll have this in there. And it's the instructions for all the different projects. And I'll talk about some of the science and the ideas behind it. But they'll have up top here the different materials you'll need. And sometimes they'll say things like 36-inch strings. So to make it so you guys don't have to measure it out and cut it yourself, we've gone ahead and done all that for you. All right, so today what we're going to be doing is creating two different pulley systems and comparing them to each other. And it's very interesting. I've had a lot of fun looking into this. And what this does in terms of our next gen science standards is it meets science standards for both kindergarten to second grade and 3rd to 5th grade. So it's a very simple project, but it has a lot of principles that we all need to know. And for the kindergarten to second graders, it meets the first two science standards about making observations, gathering information about how a problem can be solved by creating a new or improved tool. And it also talks about making a physical model to illustrate how a shape can change the function of solving a problem. And for the 3rd to 5th graders, very similar. And then, oh yeah, before I forget, these are the engineering design standards, which are within those next gen science standards. And I'm looking through it real quick, and the 3rd to 5th grade, it's very similar to the kindergarten to second, just a little bit more advanced and a little bit more in depth. All right, so I'm gonna snap my fingers and I'm gonna show you how it works, because this pulley block requires a mounting surface that our table is a little too big to be. So, all right. So, we're going to be talking about two different types of pulleys. We're going to be talking about fixed and movable pulleys. And so I have already strung up one of our 8-ounce weights on a hook and strip. And as you can see, I'm going to put it on my hand. When I want to lift this up without using a pulley, I have to lift and pull the entire thing up using the entirety of my arm and shoulder. But I'm going to attach it to this pulley right here. As you can see, all I have to do is essentially let go or just gently pull on the string, and all the work's being done for me. And the hardest amount of work that I'm doing right now is actually just holding on to the string. It doesn't require much effort for me at all. So this is one of the key things, one of the key important ideas about a pulley, is it takes something that's relatively hard to do by yourself or even with a group of people and makes it a lot easier by using a simple device. Now, like I said, this is called a fixed pulley because it doesn't move. And if you can see over here on this little peg, I've got a string already connected to it. And that's because, I'm going to tie this off real quick. Oh,
Maybe.
maybe. Oh, okay. I'll set it over here on my work spot. This is called a movable pulley. And the reason why it's called movable pulley, unlike this one that's a fixed pulley, is, well, because I can move it. And it moves along the string or whatever's going through its wheel here. Now I'm going to string this piece of string underneath here, just to kind of show you what happens. As I move the string up, or sorry, in this case, if I move the string down or up, the pulley moves along the string. It's a little harder than the other pulley, but partly because the motion and the energy is going in different directions than the other one. So let's compare the two. And this is actually easier when I stand up, so let's do that. And what I want you guys to do at home is watch what direction my arms are going. So when I want to move the weight up with the fixed pulley, I pull down. When I want the pulley with when I want the weight on the movable pulley to go up, I pull up. So watch what happens when I do them both at the same time. My hands go in different directions, but the weight goes to the same spot. So one of the things you guys can think about at home is, what would be the purpose of these different pulleys? Why is one fixed and one's movable? What would be their uses? And what would be more useful to kind of the things that you're moving? Maybe you have to pick your backpack up and it's super heavy. Or maybe you want to hang a tire swing in your backyard. What kind of pulley would you use? And what would make it easier for you? All right, until next time, have a good day.